Virgil van Dijk hands Liverpool reality check after champions sink to new low. Ibrahima Konate contract deadline emerges as Liverpool set for crunch talks. Liverpool to sign Antoine Semenyo on unbelievable discount. Brentford 3-2 Liverpool, Reds suffer fourth consecutive Premier League defeat as defense exposed again. Now let's hear the details. Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Virgil van Dijk hands Liverpool reality check after champions sink to new low. Virgil van Dijk has admitted defeat to Brentford is tough to take after Liverpool crashed to a fourth Premier League loss in a row. The Reds captain has called upon his teammates to turn around their mindsets against Crystal Palace, the team that instigated their losing run. Arne Slot's team were unable to build on their win over Frankfurt and failed to claim 3 points in West London after Dango Ouattara and Kevin Shade gave the Bees the lead, before Milos Kerkez pulled a goal back. Igor Thiago scored from the spot to restore the gap in the second period, and Liverpool only managed a late consolation through Mo Salah. Things will not get easier for the Reds as they next face Oliver Glasner's Eagles in the Carabao Cup. Palace have already defeated Liverpool twice this season, with victories in the Community Shield and the Premier League. Van Dijk is very aware of that fact. "It's the reality that we lost today," he said after the defeat to Brentford. "We have the next game on Wednesday against an opponent, Crystal Palace, who already made our life difficult this season. We have to turn our mindset pretty quickly to be ready for that. They will come to Anfield to hurt us even more, but this is a tough one to take. We can't deny that. It's not an easy moment. We were trying to build on that performance against Frankfurt and this was not a nice evening to have." Netherlands international Van Dijk lamented his side's inability to keep a clean sheet after proving to have a stingy defense in the past. The defender admitted he must look in the mirror as much as everyone else to try and get back to the side's highest standards. "It's difficult to say," responded Van Dijk when asked why Liverpool were struggling to earn clean sheets. "The fact we didn't keep a clean sheet for 9 games. It's easy to blame a particular person, the backline, or set pieces. But it's a collective thing in the end. Everyone has to look in the mirror, including myself. I am sure we will get out of this. But we won't do it just by talking about it. We will try to improve. We need each other, we need the support. We need the people who were celebrating with us last year to be with us now even more. We will get out of this because we have the quality offensively and defensively." Ibrahima Konate contract deadline emerges as Liverpool set for crunch talks. Liverpool is set for contract talks with Ibrahima Konate during the November international break, with the club viewing the talks as an important indicator as to whether it will be possible to convince the Frenchman to extend his stay at Anfield. As things stand, Konate will become a free agent when his current contract expires at the end of next season, and Real Madrid is reportedly interested in signing the France international. Madrid has made a habit of preying on players' contract situations in recent years, signing Kylian Mbappe, Antonio Rudiger, and David Alaba as free agents before getting Trent Alexander-Arnold for a vastly reduced fee earlier this year, just weeks before his Liverpool deal was due to expire. Konate has established himself as Virgil van Dijk's first-choice partner since the arrival of Arne Slot last summer, but there is concern that he could leave the club for nothing in 2026. There is plenty of uncertainty in the center of Liverpool's defense at the moment. Van Dijk is 34 years old, Konate's contract is winding down, and Joe Gomez almost left the club on deadline day. New signing Giovanni Leone was always likely to be one for the future, but his season-ending injury has left Liverpool light at the back. And the club was denied Marc Guéhi after Crystal Palace U-turned on its decision to sell the defender at the 11th hour. With that in mind, keeping Konate is viewed as an important bit of business for Liverpool this season. Rousing the Cop reports that talks between Liverpool and Konate's camp have been deadlocked for several months, and that both parties accept that the talks scheduled for the November break could prove to be the last roll of the dice. Should a deal fail to materialize, Liverpool would reportedly start to accept its fate regarding Konate's future. Irrespective of what happens with Konate, Liverpool is likely to sign a new centre-back next year after missing out on Guéhi a few weeks ago. Guéhi himself will be a free agent when his Crystal Palace contract expires in June, while Borussia Dortmund's Nico Schlotterbeck has also emerged as a possible option. Schlotterbeck is another player whose contract with his current club is due to expire next summer, and he has gained a reputation as one of the best defenders in the Bundesliga in recent times. Liverpool to sign Antoine Semenyo on unbelievable discount. Liverpool could well be moving on from Mohamed Salah next summer. Although the Egyptian king is under contract until 2027, it's been suggested that a successor for the 33-year-old is top of the agenda. One player who could come to Anfield and deliver straight away is Antoine Semenyo. And the added benefit of adding the Ghana international is he can also play on the left-hand side of the attack with Cody Gakpo has come in for criticism. Semenyo, 25, joined Bournemouth back in 2023 from Bristol City. Overseeing that £10.5 million deal was then Cherry's technical director Richard Hughes. Liverpool move in for Antoine Semenyo deal. The Scot is now sporting director at Liverpool, giving the Premier League champions an added edge in any transfer battle for the forward. Semenyo has been in tremendous form for the South Coast side this season and has arguably been one of the best attackers in the Premier League so far this term. He scored twice on opening weekend in Liverpool's 4-2 win against Andoni Iraola's men, no doubt augmenting his reputation in the eyes of Arne Slot. It has been suggested that Hughes may be ready to push the button on a January deal for Semenyo, who signed a new contract with Bournemouth in summer. Semenyo has contract release clause. With Liverpool looking off the pace, especially in attack, Semenyo could be just the boost the Premier League champions need in their title defence. According to Dean Jones for Team Talk, the chances of Liverpool signing Semenyo in the new year are pretty low, but they will be encouraged about their chances of signing the Black Stars winger next summer. And although Semenyo has been discussed as a £75 million signing, given his quality and contract duration, it looks like he could be available for around £65 million owing to a clause in his contract which kicks in next summer. Semenyo could move for only £65 million. I don't think he will leave in January because from my current understanding of the situation the clause in his contract would not be live at that stage, Jones said. I also don't believe Bournemouth have any interest in allowing it to happen in that moment. In terms of the figures around his clause, they are continuing to remain secretive around it, but I was told recently that it is in the mid-60s. So we will have to wait and see on that. It is unconfirmed at this stage and there also remains a lack of clarity around when the clause would even kick in, so the situation is going to linger for a while. But even at Bournemouth, there is a realization that beyond this season keeping Semenyo is going to be extremely difficult. In terms of true valuation, I'd say he's worth anywhere between £70 million to £100 million. Although Liverpool signed Hugo Ekitike, Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz last summer, there could be landmark changes for Arne Slot's side at the end of the season. Brentford 3-2 Liverpool, Reds suffer fourth consecutive Premier League defeat as defence exposed again. Dango Ouattara and Kevin Shade struck in the first half before Milos Kerkez controversially pulled one back for the visitors in added time, but Igor Thiago's second-half penalty was enough for Brentford despite Mohamed Salah's late volley. Liverpool last lost 4 league games in a row in February 2021 and once again lacked control and were vulnerable defensively, now without a clean sheet since September 14 against Burnley, having spent £446 million in the summer. They sit 6th in the Premier League with Sunderland and Manchester United among those above them, and 4 points behind leaders Arsenal, who host Crystal Palace on Sunday. Liverpool were exposed in just the 5th minute when Michael Keogh's long throw was flicked on by Christopher Aguerd at the near post and Ouattara brilliantly adjusted at the back to turn home. Florian Wirtz's wait for his first goal for the club continues after he missed Liverpool's best chance of the opening period, sending a half volley inches wide from inside the box. Brentford, though, were the better side throughout. Jordan Henderson, playing against his former club, and Ouattara both sent efforts wide before Mikkel Damsgaard's long-range effort was tipped over by Georgi Marmardashvili. Their pressure paid off before the break, although on the transition in seconds after Liverpool had appealed for a penalty when Cody Gakpo went down. Hugo Ekitike gave the ball away in midfield. Damsgaard quickly played a superb pass in behind for Shade, who had drifted beyond Ibrahim Konate and then slotted in. However, the Brentford supporters and Keith Andrews were furious at halftime when Milos Kerkez pulled one back for Liverpool in the 5th of 3 added minutes. Referee Simon Hooper was replaced at the break by 4th official Tim Robinson, and he pointed to the penalty spot after a VAR review for Virgil van Dijk's foul on Ouattara. Thiago stepped up and rolled the spot kick down the middle. Arne Slot responded by making changes, bringing on Alexis Mac Allister, Andy Robertson and Federico Chiesa, but it was still the hosts creating the better openings, with Ouattara sending a free header wide. Liverpool, though, gave themselves another lifeline late on when Mo Salah controlled in the area and instinctively hit a volley that clipped the underside of the crossbar as it went in, but Brentford held on.